Why is flat Earth so important? Well, let's think about this for a second. It appears to be so important to the nations, to the governments of this world, that they have all come together in peace for one issue. One issue. The Antarctic Treaty. Why is it so important that they keep us away from the ice wall? Why is it so important that they keep us confined, all in unison, for a treaty devoted to peace and research and science? The one argument I get from Christians, believers, not believers in Yah's word, right? Believers in science. They say they're believers in Yah's word, but are they really? The one argument I get from them is, why does it matter? What's the big deal? That shows the level of simplicity that your mind is thinking at. That shows your level of understanding to why it matters, to what's actually going on. Why does it matter? It changes everything. Transportation, mostly education, territory. It changes history, landmass. It changes everything. And yet you're asking why it matters, or you're saying that it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Our children are going into these education camps, not mine. Not mine. Your children are going into these education camps learning fallacy. Even if you're homeschooling and you're doing education from curriculum from the public schools, your children are learning fallacies. Why does it matter? Because your children are learning fallacies, which lead to more fallacy, which leads to confusion, which leads to nonsense, which leads to a non-educated child. To a child who is confined to fallacies. No wonder they believe in Santa Claus and Halloween and Spider-Man. No wonder they believe in the Easter Bunny. No wonder they believe in these video games. We are raising a sick and weak generation, and you're asking why it matters? Because your children are literally learning lies. Does that not matter? Does that not matter to you? Do you think that that's unimportant? Our entire world is based upon the education system and what they learn. How can it not matter? It is an incredibly vital and important topic, and you're asking why it matters, or you're debating and saying that it doesn't, or it's not that big of a deal. I'm here to tell you right now, it's so big of a deal that nations have come together to create the Antarctic Treaty to keep us in the fallacy, in the heliocentric lie, in the heliocentric ring around the rosy. It's a lie. And you're asking why it matters? I want to live in the truth. Flat Earth leads people to the understanding that there is a creator. Education leads children to the understanding that they are insignificant and there is no creator. That's why it matters. That's why it's an issue that is vital and important. Not because I'm trying to get this word out, but because I want the truth to be seen and I want the lies to be exposed and crushed. If Christians don't have a basic understanding of biblical truth and biblical cosmology and the understanding of why it actually matters, they're going to be swept away in the deluge. Do you really think that if you've seen some spacecraft hovering over a city with your own eyes, that you're not going to be swept away by the delusion? If you don't understand that nothing can enter our realm? When things get bad enough and people continue to wake up to come into their consciousness more and more the way we see it being done, they're going to throw out all the bells and whistles, and they are going to bombard the public with things that they feel they can't ignore. This is why it matters. And another reason why it matters is because people pick and choose, believers pick and choose what part of the scriptures they're going to believe. So they're going to believe all their sins are forgiven, but they're not going to believe that he sits upon the circle of the earth and watches the nations like a drop in the bucket. How is that any less important? So you're going to believe that Satan came down and showed Yahusha all the kingdoms of the world and tempted him? Tried to? But you're not going to believe that he took him onto a high mountain and he was able to see the entire earth? It matters because it's the word. It matters because it's the truth. It matters because the nations of this world have all come together to deceive you. That's why it matters. And I'm going to continue to keep speaking the truth. I'm going to continue to keep putting it out there. I'm going to continue because this is the ministry that Yahuwah has placed in my heart. And this is why it matters. Because it's the truth of his word, and we believed a lie. And not only have we believed the lie, but we have taught our children the lies of Satan. So wake up. Wake up. It's like I don't debate with people about it. You go ahead and believe whatever, but I'm planting the seed. I will plant the seed. I will continue to plant the seeds until the people wake up. Until everyone has had a chance to hear the truth. I will continue, and it does matter. Your children are being taught lies and you're okay with it. I'm not okay with that. Nope, not one bit.